everyone. As I talk, let's just march it out. This class is dedicated to someone who's over 50 and who has limitations. So anyone who's over 50 can do this class. Anyone under 50 can do this class as well. However, it's going to be geared for people who have injuries, who have limitations. So we're going to march it out, and you're going to listen to my options, and you're going to listen to my technique. This is going to be a strength training class for a healthy lifestyle for all those members at ORC who took healthy lifestyle classes. And I'm not going to have any music, so feel free to have the music of your favorite music, play your music. I want you to be able to hear me, and with the my computer and music, noise will be distorted. So we're going to march it out, and we're going to start from opening and closing our hands. And I'm going to come closer so you can see the action in my hands. Okay, and we're going to tilt our head side to side. We're going to be doing this very gentle. You don't want to be rigid about your movements. We're going to be a dynamic movement. However, we're not going to have to hold it. We're just going to warm up. We're going to circular motion to the right and circular motion to the left. I'm not going to go to the back because if you do have a cervical spine issues, it may aggravate it. But I want to go right and left in a circular motion, right and left in a circular motion. We're going to tilt it to the side and center, tilt it to the other side and center. We're going to elevate and depress the shoulders, elevate and depress the shoulders, elevate and press the shoulder. We're going to protract and retract the scapular area. So your angel wings, here, this is my back profile. You're going to squeeze your angel wings together in a comfortable position. Very nice. We're going to use our movement in our shoulders, reach up. If you have limitation, you may want to keep the elbows down below your shoulders. If you do have a shoulder impingement or rotator cuff issue or any other kind of shoulder issues, you want to make sure you keep your arms low. Or you can reach over the head and give it a full range of motion. Move slowly but precisely with as much range of motion as you can possibly give me. Nice and strong. We're going to bring one leg up, the other leg up. I'm using a pillow and I'm also using a chair. Feel free not to use them. We're going to use a 5-pound dumbbell and a 3-pound dumbbell. However, if you feel, I normally use an 8, 10, and 5. So I feel comfortable with those weights. However, this is geared to people with injuries, so feel free, or people who have limitation. As we age, we all have limitation. I have a bit of an arthritis now in all my joints, and I have to be careful with the movement that I do. So nice and easy. We're going to open the hip here a little bit, and again, feel free to hold on to your chair. So if you feel you're losing your balance, move your chair in any comfortable position you feel like it. Good work. We're going to go back to a hamstring movement, and we're going to roll it in gently and move our heels to our buttocks and warm up that side of the body, the back part of the legs. Very nice. Good work. We're going to march and tap. March and tap. 1, 2, 3, 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 and tap. You can also walk on it. Still 1, 2, 3, and tap. Back 2, 3, and tap. 1, 2, 3, and tap. 1, 2, 3, and side. 1, 2, 3, and side. 2, 3, and side. 1, 2, side. 1, 2, 3, and side. 2, 3, and side. 1, 2, 3, and side. 1, 2, 3, and side. Nice and easy. We're going to make a small circular motion. You don't want to do this because if you have any kind of limitation that would aggravate the hip, So you may want to make it a little bit of smaller movement, and you're still getting the movement in there. And again, feel free to go out fully if you feel like your body can make that full movement. Very nice. And we're gonna do the same thing. Come in small, or make it a bigger movement. Very nice. We're gonna tap our toes, and at the same time, we're gonna move our arms side to side. We're gonna tap our toes going side to side here and warm up the shin, warm up the ankle. Good work. Nice and easy, we're gonna go to the other leg. Very nice. We're gonna tap front first and get motion going in the ankle. And then we're gonna go out. Very nice. Good work. 4, 3, 2. Now we're gonna go toe and heel. Now, if you do happen to have any kind of ankle injuries, heel spur, plantar fasciitis, you may want to not to do this exercise. However, I am not over exaggerating totally up and totally back. It's a very small movement in my ankle, so I use my ankle mobility. I'm gonna hold on to my chair and rotate my ankle to both directions. I'm going out for now, and then I'm gonna go in. Very nice, and you do the same thing with the other leg, and move it in. Make sure you have some water with you, and we're going to do some mini squats. As I do my squats, it's like sitting on a chair. You never sit on a chair this way, so you don't want to load your knees. It's like always sitting on a chair, but you don't quite sit on it. And if you do feel uncomfortable, you can actually try sitting on a chair and use it as a support. You can also go down and come up. But when you come up, make sure you don't do a lot of this movement. Make sure you come up to an erect spine, squeeze your butt, and use your hamstring muscles and use your quads. Very nice. Nice and easy, coming up and down. We're gonna take our arms to a bicep curl and gently move our body to a full movement. Very nice, good work. Beautiful, nice and strong. Very nice, good. Now, we're gonna start from our back. So I'm gonna grab a 5-pounder. Again, you may wanna grab a 7 or 8. If you're stronger and if you feel like this is just too easy for you. You're gonna keep your hands down and you're gonna do an upright row. I wanna show you what not to do. I don't want the elbow going above the shoulder, okay? Can you go above the shoulder? Of course you can. However, there's no need for my upper back. And you could aggravate your shoulders over the years if you keep on doing it in that movement. So I come closer, my elbow is below my shoulder. You don't want to take your elbows above your shoulder. Now feel free to do one arm at a time if you feel this is too vigorous for you, okay? And we're just doing a simple upright row. Now, I work on the concept of moving really slowly. You don't want to be doing this because you don't want to use your joints. So I sort of count 4 counts up and 4 counts down. 4, 3, 2, 1. I make it smooth. I don't pause at the top or in the bottom. I try to just get there and then move down and up. So I don't rest the body unless when you stagger it and you hold, you rest the body. Only do that if you need to. So the muscles is being used right now is your upper back, is your lats, is your rhomboids. Your shoulders are assisting. Very nice. Other parts of the arms are working because it's all attached to your shoulders and to your back here. Nice and strong. We're gonna do 8, 7, very nice. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll the shoulders, nice and strong. Very good, very good. So that was our upper back. we're gonna go to a chest exercise. I have a pillow on the chair. I can put my hands here. To work your chest, you need to be wider. Now this chair isn't wide enough, so I suggest you get a wider chair. Option one is in a 90-degree position, and then you go in and out. Obviously, this will not be as vigorous. The more I take my legs out, the more vigorous this becomes. So if I go to this position, this becomes much harder to do, as hard as the floor. Okay? So you're gonna stay with this movement in any, take your foot further back if you wanna feel, if you feel stronger. However, if that doesn't work for you, you can open wider and use the wall. That will be the least vigorous one of all to do. And for some of you who feel like, oh, I'm strong, you can go onto the floor and you can bend your knees. You keep on going. I'm talking through this because this is your workout, not mine. So this is the easiest. The more I take my knees further back, it becomes harder. So bend your elbows, and we're going to do a few of those. Don't go too low. Keep your head up. Our head weighs anywhere from 11 pounds to 15 pounds. So if you do this, you're gonna feel the weight of the head. So keep your head aligned with your spine. Very nice. Don't lock your elbows. Elbows are soft. Beautiful. Now, as I was talking, you will probably be doing a few more. We're gonna go on to our chest again. We're gonna lie on our back. And we're going to do a fly. We did a bench press, so we're gonna do a fly. Now, technique here, you don't wanna have your arms up here. Your arms should always be below your shoulders, not to hurt your shoulders. When I was younger, I could do a lot of crazy stuff, and now I have to be careful what I do, or the joints is 50-year-old, 60-year-old, 7-year-old, 80-year-old, or 90-year-old for that matter. I have a friend who's 90, who's very mobile, and I'm sure you've seen the lady who bodybuilds on the internet, and she's over 85. So nice and strong. Do it very slowly and very controlled. We don't want to move like this. That's too fast. So as I said, count 4 counts going down and 4 counts going up. That will be a very good pace for all of us. And if you get bored with that, you can always go 3 down and then try to come up. 3 down and try to come up. 3 down, try to come up. Very nice. Or my favorite is 4 and 4. 4 counts. And when you count 4, count it slowly. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. You don't want to say 4, 3, 2, 1 too fast. Nice and strong. Very nice. Now, we're going to put our weights down always before we get our head up. Okay? Because we don't want to have excess weight. Now, I'm going to turn my body to the side to support myself and then come up. That is the position you come up. And then if I want to stand up, I'm going to have one leg in front, so I have stability. Then I can use the chair or I can use my body weight so I can get up. Nice and strong, coming up. So now we're gonna do some leg movements. What we're gonna do, we're going to actually, since we're at home, we're gonna use our chair and we're gonna sit on a chair, come up, and then wider, sit on a chair and come up. So that's an option 1. Narrow, sit on a chair and come up. Wider, sit on a chair and come up. Now the next one is I go, don't quite touch, and I go wider. And the next one is, oh, I feel good about this, Fariba, I want to do harder. So I stay narrow, but always hip of what? Go lower, and then wide, go lower. In, go low, and wide, go low. If you have knee issues, I strongly recommend stepping a little bit wider, and that will give you more of a support in your knees. You don't want to have your knees going this way, you know, and you don't want to have your back going this way. I want you to, if you're a huncher, keep your hands behind you and chest up, draw the shoulders down and back. And if you feel like you're not hunching, then by all means, you can do something with your arms. We can do our back exercise here. So I step a bit wider and I come in narrow. I step a bit wider and I come in narrow. Step a bit wider, come in narrow. Step a bit wider, come in narrow. Step a bit wider and come in narrow. Very nice. Few more counts. If you need to take a break, feel free to take a break. We've got lots of body parts to work, and we're gonna work them really to the maximum ability you can go. So nice, strong. We're gonna shake our legs if you feel the tension in your legs. I don't happen to have the 3 pounds with me, but you should go lower on your shoulders. So I'm gonna take a seat on my chair, or I'm simply gonna stand, whatever is good for you. So the reason I'm sitting down because I wanna use one leg. So I'm gonna use a 5 pound to demonstrate, but 5 pounds could be too heavy here. So I recommend go to a 3 pound unless you have no limitation. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move my right arm and my left leg. So I don't let my arms do this because I'm changing planes. I wanna stay below the shoulders. So my hand is below the shoulder here, and grab a 3 pound or grab nothing. So, but what I like you to do if you're grabbing nothing, I want you to work on the concept of pushing and pulling. Pushing and pulling. So I'm working one quadricep and one hamstring on way of up and down, and I'm working my frontal deltoid here. Very nice. 8, 7, keep your chest up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Now, if you do happen to have a band at home, you can put the bands here, and that would be a very good idea for some of you who want to work a little harder. I'm switching my arms, I'm switching my legs. Now, if you wanted to make that more intense, you could go further back on the chair. I use one leg and one arm, and we're still gonna do that. But if you wanna work a little harder, you can also use both legs and both arms at the same time. I'm gonna go back what I just did, so balancing it out. 8, 7, 6, 5, keep your chest up, I see you hunching. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Nice and strong. I'm going to turn my chair a little bit so you can see my frontal view. I'm going to grab my 3 pounds. Again, as I said, I don't have 3 pounds. I have 5. And you can grab a 5 if you feel strong. So I'm going to bend my elbows and use both shoulders to a medial deltoid. However, I don't do this. I keep my elbows below the shoulder. I don't shrug my shoulders up. So this is my side profile. Keep it moving. Now, for some of you who are dying to work harder, I would kick with my leg. And if you have back issues, I would keep on going as I'm talking. I would go sit right back and force the chair, the forceful chair, force my upper back to be flat. Okay? Now, you do use a bit more core here because a chair is not holding me. I am holding myself. However, if you do have an injury, they're both good. 8. Now, what I like you to do, rather than going straight out, I want you to go laterally. So I'm kicking out a bit. So I work my lateral quadricep at the same time. 8, 7, 6. So I'm going out to a V with my leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Nice and easy coming up, roll the shoulders. Now I want you to grab nothing at all, so no weights, not even 3 pounds. Keep your elbows slightly lower than shoulders. You're gonna go to a flat ground and parallel to the ceiling. Flat ground, so it's a 90 degree. My elbows are not up here. I'm working your rear deltoid, but I'm working it in a very, very safe plane. Our rear deltoid is very, very tight because we all hunch. So grab nothing at all, just your body weight. 8, 7, 6, 90 degree in your elbow, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more time, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Roll the shoulders, roll the shoulders. Now I want to work your rotator cuff, and I want to work your inner thigh and then your outer thigh. So I'm going to move the chair forward, and I'm going to bring it in a bit more forward so you can see me better. And I'm going to use the support of the chair. I'm going to balance on one leg if I can. And I'm going to kick one leg out and in. Now, one thing about a rotator cuff, you don't want to separate your elbows. There's nothing wrong with separating your elbows, although the only thing about it is it doesn't really concentrate on your rotator cuff. It starts stimulating your back more than your rotator cuff. Now, if you feel like, okay, I'm tired, you can also sit down on your chair and do this movement. This way, I'm using your inner thigh and outer thigh. As we age, we get more arthritis in our hip. So there is no need for doing this and putting weight on this hip joint. Your weight is equally distributed and you're moving to a comfortable range of motion, however, to your full range of motion, okay? So for me, I just find I do get adductor and abductor here, so I really don't need to go any further. I do feel it in this leg. I can bend my knees and feel the movement in both legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and switch. We're going to turn the chair around and we're going to do the other leg. Now, number of reps is really depends. I like to do minimum of 16, 2 sets of 8. Ultimately, we want to do 4 sets of 8 if we can. However, sometimes if you do have an arthritis in the joint, it's going to aggravate it. So what do? You just stop, shake it a little bit, and then go on to move back to the movement. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 again, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. We want to give our legs a little bit of a break. We're going to go back to our bicep. Again, grab your 5-pounder, okay? And feel free to grab more if you want to. So we're just going to do a bicep curl here. Now, this bicep curl, I'm going to come closer, you can see me, a bit harder than this bicep curl, okay? So based on your injuries, you decide that where you want to be. And you want to, if you do have an injury in the joint, you definitely want to go very slow, especially when you have excess weight on the body. Very nice. Beautiful. 8, 7. Now, I want you to concentrate on going slower on the down phase. It becomes very effective. Our body is used to the up phase, however, it is not used to the down phase. So try to go really slowly on both ways. However, to really try to milk it coming down on the down phase. Good work. And again, you can also alternate between doing it this way and then giving it a little bit less break, going in, more break, I should have said. Or you can just stay with any variation all the way through as you wish. You know your body more. Very nice. Good work. You want to do enough reps that the fascia sees the impact. As we age, I think 50 is a benchmark for most people, especially for women. For guys, could be a little later. We start losing muscle mass. Some women already go through menopause or they're premenopausal. As we age, we go through 60, that muscle mass gets lost more rapidly if you don't start lifting weights or doing strength training. You have probably noticed on some people who are over 80, you will see that they look really skinny, and compared to their age of 60 or 50. And the reason for that is really they've lost their muscle mass. And it's something that we don't want to lose. And that's why they look thinner. And that's something that I call a skinny fat. They look skinny, but really there is no muscle mass in the body. Very nice. Now, if you do have an injury with your shoulder or any part of your body, triceps should be done in this plane. I want you to put one hand on the bench, on the chair here, the other hand now, 180, 90. Now, I want to cautious you because I see a lot of this, which aggravates tennis elbow, tendonitis in the elbow, and I also see this. So you want to make sure you go slowly to a 90 degree. And if you feel like, okay, I can't do this, just use your body weight and do it very slowly. So you're gonna go 4 up and 4 down. Now I wanna share something with you. When I do bicep with a, let's say normally 8 pounds I use, and when I go to do tricep with the 8 pounds, I do feel the difference in my muscle. The muscle is weaker for tricep. And there is a reason for that. Bicep, we use it all the time. Tricep, that we don't use that muscle in that direction. Okay, there isn't very many functional training things that we do during the day that uses your tricep. So that muscle becomes weaker. Ultimately, you want to use the same amount of weight as your bicep, your tricep. I'm going to turn my body so you can see me on the other side, and we're going to do the other. Now, this is for us to have a good technique. Our back is not here. Chest forward, stick your tailbone out. Naturally soften your knees and go to a nice movement. Now, my right hand is a lot stronger than my left hand, and I'm right-handed. So that is normal for everybody. It comes to the point that I can easily do my reps with my right side, but when it goes to my left side, I struggle. So make sure that you always do the same. If anything, you want to do an extra set on the weaker side to make it the same level of strengthen. Strengthen that side to the same as your dominant side. At no time, stop breathing. So inhale, exhale on the harder phase of the exercise. Very nice. Now, we want to make sure that we have more mobility in our shoulders. So we're going to use no weights here. And we're going to come up to the front. We're going to go to the side. We're going to rotate. We're going to reach up, come down, rotate back and down. Please don't do this with the weight because I'm changing planes of the body. And it's best to do this with just a free hand. If you really feel strong, you may want to use a 3 pound. Okay, very good. Forward, side, up, reach, down. I'm working on full range of motion here. Up, out, and I'm going to changing planes. Reach over so you'll feel your armpits and down. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold 7 and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold 7 and down. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold 7 and down. Roll the shoulders. Very nice. Very good. Now, we're going to do a bit of a rotation to use our core. So you're going to move to a rotation. Now watch. I can easily use my chair to support me. And if I feel like I need to do more, I don't touch the floor. Okay? So, but I need that rotation. Core training doesn't have to be on the floor. Please do not do this. You don't want to hurt your back or feel your hip. 8, 7, 6, very nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, and switch. We're going to move on to the other side of the body. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5. Normally at the club, when I did this exercise, I had you hold on to a body bar. And that is another way, but we're at home, we have chair, and we're holding on to our chair, which is more supportive. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and nice and easy. Now I want to put the chair here. So the back of the chair is with you. You're going to balance on one leg, bend, push, center, and down. Watch what you don't want to do. You don't want to have that jerky motion. I just want to contract my hip based on my ability, and I feel the contraction in my hip. Very nice. Now, another option here, you keep on moving, is to lie on your chair in a comfortable position. And you keep one leg on the floor and one leg on the chair, and you go up. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn around. You keep on going to the first movement, or keep on doing this movement if you know what I'm. So if I turn around the chair, what I'm doing is actually supporting myself. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now my weight is no longer on my lower back or on my hips, and I'm using the chair to my best of my ability. So you feel free. It is harder to do it standing because you have to hold your body weight. However, if you do have limitations, this is a good option for you as well. I do not want to see this. No jerking. I don't want to use my lumbar area in a bad way. I want to contract my buttocks and my hamstring. Again, if you do happen to have a band here, you could put it on your ankle and it will be a very safe place to have it. I'm going to pulse it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Nice and easy. We're going to do the other leg. 1, 2. Feel free to stand up to do this movement, holding on to your chair. I just wanted to show people variety. And if somebody who's a fitter person, who has no limitation and there's no injuries, they can actually do these movements with the band. They can stand up, not holding on to the chair, and having both legs support your body weight. So you can take this class where you want to take it. You can make it more intense by modifying it, or you can make it less intense by using props and options. Very nice. Good work. I feel this in my hamstring. I feel this in my buttocks. I'll pulse at 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Nice and easy. You can just hang your knees down and hug the chair and feel the hips stretching a bit. And if you're standing up, you can simply squeeze the butt out and feel it. Now we're going to, so we did work our bicep, we did work our tricep, we worked our quadricep, we worked our hamstring, we're just gonna concentrate on the inner thigh a little bit. So what I'd like you to do is, I want you to sit on a chair, and I want you to externally, I'm gonna move back so you can see my feet better. I'm gonna externally rotate. If you do have a hip issue, don't do it as much, just turn it a little bit. I'm gonna lift up and I try to keep this knee above the other knee. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, again. 8. Feel free to take a break. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. One more set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and switch. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last 8, 8, 7, 6. Oh, that was my alarm. 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm timing these classes. It shouldn't be more than 45 minutes. This is my 45 minutes time limit, and we managed to work all your muscle groups, your shoulders, all of your legs from all 4 angles, your buttocks, and we did some core. I'm gonna do some more standing core, and then we're gonna stretch you. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take our rib to our hip. And then we're gonna go out. So we're gonna get the obliques as well. Now what I don't do is this. So my last rib cage comes to my hip bone. And if I wanna make this more vigorous, I'll hold on to something. Right now I'm holding on to the bedpost. You can hold on to your chair, and a bit more activation of the core. And then we're just gonna watch some windows. I want you to use your muscles. I don't want you to use your spine laterally. I want you to use all your muscles around your spine. So the muscles are moving around your vertebrae without you moving the vertebrae forward or back. So you're not going forward or back with your vertebrae. You're actually using your muscles here. And we're gonna do the same thing the other way. Very nice. We're gonna hold on to our ankle. We're gonna hold on to a chair. You're gonna soften the knee. And if you feel tension, sit at the edge of the chair. And you can actually do it here. And there is, I've taught so many of you, I know some of you do have a lot of ankle issues, and you may want to sit here and get the stretch going. To get the stretch more effective, you need to hold it for at least 15 seconds. Maximum 30 seconds, you don't need any more than that. If you do have arthritis, you can't really stretch this way. It would act up on you. So you would need to do a bit more dynamic stretch. You would have to release it and go back into it, okay? And then I'm going to do the other leg. You can either stand up or you can actually sit on your chair, whatever is good for you. Beautiful. You want to actively stretch all the muscles you use. The joints around the muscles around the joints get very, very tight when you do strength training. Very nice. And we're going to go to a hamstring. I'm going to actually either put my foot on the floor and stick my butt out and use my chair, or I'm actually going to go on top of the chair and hinge forward. Something I don't want to do is go into this position. I want to hinge from the hip as much as possible and try to keep my back of my knee straight and bring my toe towards my face. Going forward is irrelevant as long as you feel a deep stretch in the back of your leg and you're doing your hamstring stretch. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And we're going to stick our buttocks back, hinge from the hip, shoulders squared. You don't want to be tilted. So when I go down in a nice square position. Try to have my chest. Once I find that I'm doing this, I always look at myself in the mirror to make sure. Right now I'm looking at myself in the screen so I can see exactly what I'm doing. And it's good for yourself to look at yourself in the mirror once in a while. We want to work your hip flexors. You're going to take one leg in front of the other. You're going to go forward. And you want to make sure this knee is not here. Your knees align with your ankle. You're going to go further back so you can see me better. Very nice. Beautiful. The lower I go, the more I feel this muscle. All right. If you do happen to have a heel or ankle issues, you may just want to sit on a chair and do it in this position. But when you do this, you now have to really make sure that pelvic goes forward a bit so you feel that muscle. Very nice. Breath in and breath out. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. And at the same time, we're going to stretch push the feet, the quad forward, pelvic forward. We're going to stretch our tricep on one side. And then we're going to stretch our tricep on the other side. We're going to draw our arms down, and rather than pushing your elbow into your chest, I want you to push your elbows into your hand and lengthen the shoulder muscle. Very nice. Breath in, breath out. And I'm going to turn around since I've done both hip flexors. Push the elbow in to your hand. Draw the shoulders down and back and lengthen the shoulder muscles. Good. And I technically call this a COVID-19 stretch now. Draw the shoulders down and back and lift your chest up. Relax your shoulders. So you're counterbalancing all the rounding of the body to a nice retraction of the back. Breath in, breath out. And gently flex your hands, draw the shoulders down and back, get a bit of a bicep and forehanding. Roll the shoulders back, take a deep breath in, inhale, exhale. Thank you so much for joining me and hope to see you soon at the club. Thank you. Bye-bye.